If you are a business person, you have a problem that you're facing, you need to build a website, you're trying to automate some particular task in your business, Lovable is something you need to be aware of. There are other tools that are out there similar to this, but Lovable is one that I've been diving into. So in this video, I want to just go through a random sampling of the apps that I've built in the last month using Lovable, just to kind of open your mind as to what's possible. So let's dive into all these different apps. First one right up is the game Mafia. I love Mafia. I've had for a long time, where you get in a circle. It's like a party game and you assign different roles to people. Well, I went in here and I built an app that I can click create game. I can choose like what's the narrator tone, create a room, and then everybody can join this room and play the Mafia game together. So I can open up like what does the narrator see in the app? And so here's the like everybody joins with their code. And basically this thing will narrate the game, and using AI, it'll actually tell the story. And the next one, a paint estimating app. So there's a popular tool in the industry, lots of them that do different, like streamline the creation of estimates and whatnot. So I built out a tool here that I can add areas. Say I want to do a kitchen. I can go in and add surfaces to those areas. So we're going to do ceilings, and that looks great. So I'm going to do 15 by 20, 2 coats. And I built an estimating app for painting. I even has a preview for the customer, good, better, best. I can choose that. Next app, there's a client of ours that they have, project management. And so we put in all their information, the way that they want to run this, so I can get directions to the job site. I can pull up company cam. I can call the contact. They even have like special forms that they want to fill out. So I need to fill out my emergency action plan. So I click that and it takes me in so I can fill this out. Lots of little subtle details that I really liked about this. On the forms page, I can see like over time, in this particular user that I'm logged in with hasn't submitted any, but you can start tracking like the effectiveness of them filling out the forms that they have. You put together an employee directory. I can see the shifts that I'm supposed to be working. So anyways, a custom app for a business. Next one here, my kids go to this school, a homeschool, like parent involved school. So I made a full on volunteer management app where I can choose to sign up for different shifts. So I can see the calendar and who's in charge of doing what on which day. You can see how many people have signed up for different shifts. The co-op can go in and say which one she approves and who did what. We can see like the reports of how many hours different people had in the course of the year. Anyways, volunteer app. Next one, we're in the middle of an addition at our house, and I was talking to the builders about just some frustrations and things that we had in the process that I think could have been better. And I put together this like management app for their projects, where they can go in and lay out all the different things that have to happen in the course of the construction project. And they can come in and say, okay, the duration of this is going to actually get changed by a few days. Is there a permit required or whatever? There's a budget component. So I can go in and throw in like, what was the budget that we had for plans? And then I can log invoices and see how is my budget compared to things I've invoiced. And am I trending on the right path? It even has the ability for the builder to put in decisions that need to get made. And then the homeowner on their app, they get to see what decisions still need to be made. And then there's a punch list item. Breaking this down, it's pretty incredible. And I could go into any one of these if someone's curious and wants to see more. Another one here, Cutco. I was at a conference, the PCA, and the guy in the booth next to me was like, I have this, like, I really wish there was a way that I could do mock-ups of knives way faster. So I'm just going to show you. I'll do Nike.com here while I'm talking. And he was showing me this process that he had for generating mock-ups, and he uses Canva, and he was pretty fast. It took him like 30 minutes to do one. This I showed him, and we talked through the prompt and whatnot. You pick your knife, you type in your website, and it immediately finds the logo. And then in a matter of like 15 to 30 seconds, we see this unbelievable output of an actual mock-up with like photorealistic lighting and shadows and all this stuff. So you'll see in just a moment. I mean, look at that. It's incredible. Looks fantastic. The Nike logo engraved, this like epic background. I can download it. Again, this could be turned into a lead magnet. Next one that I did, I just built a new website for our company. So I went in and said like, hey, here's everything you know about our company. Like, let's go ahead and have you build this thing for us. So it, put in all of the pain points that clients have when and why they come looking to us for help, and it built out a freaking unbelievable website. Next one is a scheduling tool. So I actually created a tool that allows, it's kind of like it replaces like QuickBooks time scheduling sort of thing. And so you can see here, like I can view by week. I can jump from one day, like let's look at last week, for example. I can click and drag certain people onto the calendar. I can put them on for this week. I can, say I want to start just here, only put them on for one day. I can go and change the time that they're going to be on that schedule. I can switch from employees to projects. Maybe I want to see all the employees' names and then assign a project to that employee. So I can put them on that project for the entire week. Scheduling app, super awesome. Love this. Next one I have here is a dashboard that breaks down how a business is doing. And so for like production and what was our total revenue and gross profit and all that stuff, I can switch from year to date to last quarter, this quarter, summarize all the information in a way that's easy to see and understand. I could say, actually, I want to see the lead, and now I can see what are all the projects that Kenneth did and what was the gross profit on each of those projects. I can color code. Just absolutely incredible what you can do with this. I also programmed in just like very subtle things here that would be really hard to do on your own, but I can click a print report and it generates, I guess it's not going to show in this, it generates a custom PDF report that's laid out exactly like this client wants it. Next, this is a very random one, but every year since college, I would create a Super Bowl quiz with silly questions like how long is the national anthem going to be? What's the first scoring play of the game going to be and whatnot. And I turned this into a full-on app that people can sign up. There's referral link tracking. So this live scoreboard during the game, you got to see like how many points did you get compared to others and what's the prize pool at. And I could go in and click and see which questions did I get right and which ones did I get wrong, and like what's my potential points remaining, or how many things can I get. Another fun one there. Then this one here, this is kind of an interesting idea. So I had a proposal to a client to go over some reporting dashboards. And so instead of just going through like a slide deck or trying to take screenshots of other dashboards, I just told AI, these are the types of things that the client cares about. I want to see a variety of different things: grids, bar charts, pie charts, trend lines, like show me all the different stuff. And so this is all fake data, but it was a very, very productive meeting because we were actually able to feel like we were looking at a real dashboard with a whole bunch of elements that are already programmed in. And now the client likes it, and we have to go in and like clean it up and try and connect it all together so that all the data is mapped correctly and whatnot. But again, like using this for mockups and like pitches, fantastic idea. I have a friend who's a coach over at Carroll College where I went to school, and I was talking to him and was like, dude, like you got to try this thing out. And we were like, while I was on the phone with him, I showed him how he could make this like an app or a website to engage alumni back to the program and get them tied in and connected, and like share what are your skills and resources that you have, and would you be willing to help current players or support the program in different ways. Thought that was a cool idea. And yeah, I mean, these are all the different apps and things that I'm building. But the main thing that I want to get across to anyone that's out there watching this is like, what's happening right now is the cost of software development is going to zero. And that means that there is going to be more apps created than ever before because it's now free, and it feels free. I'm paying like $100 a month for this subscription to Lovable, and I'm able to make things and iterate and plan and bring things to life with like the least amount of effort that's ever before happened. And what's going to happen is this is going to continue to iterate and improve and get better over time. And you're going to be able to build more complex things, but it's just absolutely unbelievable. And I just wanted to make a video to highlight all the different random ways that I've been using this. If any of this inspires you, if you've got questions, if you want to see any of particular app in more detail, please drop a comment down below. Happy to go like a deep dive and walk through specifically what we did on any number of these. But hopefully that was inspiring and you got some ideas, and we will see you in the next video.